Alright, before we go ahead and get started, there's just a couple things I want to say. Obviously, we're not from around here, we're on tour from the US, so we're coming to you at a very contentious time in our country's history. We're watching the degradation of our democracy happen in real time, and we're watching the mask slide off, and American fascism is being broadcasted across every news station and every social media, and it's almost unavoidable. You wake up every morning, and it's just a barrage of shit every day weighing on your shoulders. And you have these thoughts that are almost unavoidable. And I know it doesn't matter if it's in America and it's the Republican Party, or if it's in Germany and it's the AFD, or if it's in England and it's the Tories. The name doesn't matter. It's the same playbook. And you get these feelings that they want you to have. I feel hopeless. I feel like my opinion doesn't matter. I feel like I'm one person, so how much change can I make? How much difference can I make as one person who has to go to work, go to school, do the things everybody has to do to stay alive? How much difference can I make? How can I fight it? I have two answers for that question. One, get involved. Find a left-wing organization in or around your community and get involved. Put your time and your money in where it matters. If you don't know one, I bet you know somebody who you perceive as more involved than you. Go talk to them. If they don't know someone, you go talk to a third person, and guess what? 3 people is a new left-wing organization. Let's get the ball rolling. Meet these motherfuckers on the field where it matters. Answer number 2, it's time for everyone in this room to start holding ourselves, our friends, our scene, our communities, and much more importantly, our fucking politicians to a higher standard. This band is called Life Force. Let's go! Time to fucking die! Let me see what you fucking got! We've got to raise our standards! We need better than violent indifference! We've got to raise our standards! We can do better than heavy and fucking ignorant! We've got to raise our standards! The light of a generation is right outside your content, pushing everything to the side. I can try to say I won't play the game. Be jealous, be tough, the light of the game. I understand that, but a critical thought. For I've been accepted, losing the soul of this culture. For the resistance, against the sin. I will put the truth in peace, in touch, to fight emotion. We need to step forward, without fighting back. This is war with disputing, let's honor and die. There's another inside. All sky, no justice. A waste of escape. Right lives, because smashing. Nothing to do. All sky, no justice. A waste of escape. When you blind yourself, you blind us all. If this foundation crumbles, let's all fall. Open the fires. All the left right. Don't have silence. Without you, no nothing more. No concern for what's right. Let's go. Thank you. Can we get more guitar back here in the drum monitor, please?
Good. Better?
All right. This next song goes out to everyone in the room who subscribes to a vegan lifestyle. It's 2025, y'all. In the year 2025, no one in this room should still be eating meat and dairy. Let's cut that shit out of our lives. Let's cut it out of our lives. Let's cut out the suffering. Let's cut out the degradation of sentient beings who deserve more respect than to rot in your guts as a meal. This goes out to moral law. Please give it up. In the year 2025, it's time to go vegan. It's time to stay vegan. Thank you. No person should have to defend their right to exist. No person should have to wake up every day and know that there's a target painted on their back, and they have to wonder, is today going to be the day that I get hate crimed? Only because of the person I was born as, the person who I choose to live my life to be. No one should dare blink an eye at anyone in this room who falls into our trans family. Look into those people. The cisgender people in this room need to look to our trans family members in the hardcore community and learn a very valuable lesson. There's something very deep and very strong and very special at the heart of every one of you. We applaud your strength. We applaud your steadfastness in the face of governments and bigot motherfuckers that would see you dead. That special something at the heart of every one of those people, that special lesson that everyone else can take that lesson from, that special something is called the life force.
Take out
Thank you. So something pretty cool. This is a recent phenomenon in my life. I have these people all over the world that I form these connections with and have these interactions with, and it involves, you know, being an old, goofy, straight edge person, but I make these straight edge coats and they get shipped out, and it's kind of like one of those things, like I never see them again. They go off into the wild. And then some of them walk right through the door. It's cool to be on the other side of the planet and get to meet somebody, shake their hand. So, to that end, this is a straight edge song. It goes out to you and everyone else in the room with an X on their hand. Everyone in the room who knows you don't have to accept the propaganda that says the only way to stomach the struggles in life are to just numb your mind and take intoxicating substances. There's another option. This song is called 2 Words, Straight Edge. All right. This next song is a cover. I'd like to send it out to our brothers in the band Escalade. Please give it up. You don't know how weird of a feeling it is. Every night when a band gets off stage and you say hi to them, like in the side stage or in the merch room, and you have to say, damn, I think that's your best set of the whole tour. And you have to say it every fucking night. The set is just better and better and better and better. Please give it up again for Escalade. I can't respect it. Goes out to Laszlo and the Escalators, everyone else in the room who's true till death. This is a cover by a band called Chain of Strength. True till death! Let's see it! Let me see it! Thank you. All right. For us, for everyone in this room, please remember this. Fear is not an option. For everyone in this room, I think it's safe to assume you're coming out to hardcore shows in dingy basements. You're going to your friends' sketchy houses to practice in your hardcore and your punk bands. And there's a reason for that. Because you fall into what everyone else in the economics world refers to as the working class. You trade your time and your health for a paycheck so that you can stay alive. So for everyone who falls into that category, remember, fear is not an option. For everyone who doesn't fall into that category, and you're looking up the ladder at these people, at the tippy top of the pyramid, please remember, fear is the fucking rule. There's a reason that they dump billions into legislation so that you feel like your votes don't matter, so that you feel hopeless, so that you stop engaging, and you hand them the power, and you hand them the influence, and you hand them more and more money, and that's all they fucking care about. The reason they do that shit is because for them, fear is the rule. And I say, fucking good. Let's keep giving them something to be fucking afraid of. This song is called State of Control. All right, this is another straight up song. Yeah! Goes out to everyone in the room. Everyone in the room who understands the idea that hardcore is not just a music genre. Hardcore is about more than coming to a sticky little room and beating the shit out of your friends and listening to good riffs. Hardcore is about taking control again, making this a threat again. Let's do that by taking control of our own minds and taking control of this community. Please come join us out front.
We're
And live the change. Thank you.